So I'm down here again with this one, and it seems that he's done his usual trick and bought something again. A little bit different, a bit more Eastern European.
I think it's Czechoslovakian, isn't it?
Czechoslovakian. So we're just on the way now to the yard. Neither of us has seen this in person. We've seen pictures. Apparently the clutch doesn't work. We might be able to sort that today, we might not. Tyres are flat. There's a clue, it's got tyres. But yeah, I'll video as we pull into the yard, and you can see it as we see it for the first time. I'm quite nervous about this one.
Nah, it'll be fine. When have we ever bought something that was crap?
What's the worst that could happen? So as promised, as we pull round, what the fuck have we done this time? Oh dear. So we will get that unloaded somehow. We're not quite sure how we're unloading it yet, but yeah, that's the next problem. So we're going to started with our two usual suspects. Bit of easy start and a jump back. So next challenge is to get it in the shed. So the clutch is gone. So I will bring you back in a minute when we attempt to move it. We're having a great deal of fun unloading. But she is slowly coming off. Just on standby to jump in there and grab the handbrake. Right, so we've got the what is it called?
OT-64.
OT-64 off the low loader eventually. That was enjoyable.
Not with that fucking wank tractor.
Joe had to drive the loader tractor.
He's
not a fan of loader tractors.
Absolute scrap.
But we're just having an explore. It's relatively straight, but we have found a box of smashed up gears.
It
could not be off this. It could be off something else.
Or it could have had it repaired.
We don't know yet until we delve deeper, which is the next job. Well, after we go for a McDonald's.
I like how there's a piece of balsa wood just under the engine. You never know when you might need that.
That's our sort of engine.
That's probably a Russian engine mount. Probably what they use.
Engine spacer or...
There's some lure pack down here.
Is it Lurpak or is it...
with some rags that are very oily.
That's good. It does smell very fucking oily in here.
I think you get the gearbox under here somehow. So this must be another engine mount. Spare fan belt?
Spare fan belts, that's handy. I did notice there's some Russian oil in the cab.
I bet that would be just like mashed up leaves and twigs then, won't it?
A little bit of vodka.
And a bit of water in it.
We have got a fucking cool gun mount though. But where we... I imagine there must have been a seat here for the gunner.
You reckon you have to undo that? Or do you reckon this panel will just lift off?
I think if we clear it, it's not the most ergonomic. It's not bolted down though.
Yeah, that's always a good sign.
Yes, when important inspection panels are not even bolted in. Ah, so here we have a gearbox that looks very scary and foreign.
Mainly foreign. I like how this handbrake is falling out the back of it. That's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, like there's the shoes which should be inside there.
Yeah, that's Russian engineering.
That's probably like cooling. I like how it's in a bath of oil.
I bet they just found a shoe off like a Larder Reaver and thought that'll do.
That'll do. That looks suspiciously. In fact, that is not far off the same size as a Defender.
Yeah, it's probably made out of space
But
stuff.
if you shine your light down there, that's a lot of oil.
That's why I didn't want to run it for long. Is that the compressor there?
That's the compressor, so that's might be working. So we can check if the engine's putting drive to the gearbox by if the compressor's turning.
Yeah. It looks very, very simple.
But do you know what it does look to me? If that's the output there, and there's another one there, worst comes to worst, we can drop a simpler gearbox in. That's just a transfer box there.
Yeah.
You look at it.
Can we move this because it's hurting my leg?
I don't. It's not hurting mine.
Let's, let me just move
Why don't you grab something and prop it?
Well, why don't we just move it out of the way?
Because I'm sat down.
Because let's be honest, we need to look under here anyway and try and get it.
You do it without taking my toes off?
That's nice and light.
Rusky engineering.
What were you thinking? So we're going to bomb the gearbox?
Well, no, the gearbox might.
That is literally a seat off that merry-go-round at Chernobyl.
Well,
that's what that is.
They remind me of, you know, the seats that your gran always pulls out at Christmas? Like the emergency Christmas dinner seats. Is it heavy, that, Joe?
This is like made out of recycled quality street tins.
I'd help you with it, but it looks heavy.
It's heavier than it looks. It doesn't look heavy, does it? It is.
It's very... do you think that came out the side of the curse? But yeah, so there, let me see if I can...
In the way.
So from what we can tell, torque converter at the top.
I don't think it's a torque converter.
You won't? You don't think it is a torque converter? Well, bell housing bit at the top there. Engine's obviously in there, which is a big... Is it a Detroit V8 or is it a Detroit V8 copy?
This is the stupidest fucking... That's better.
You happy now?
I'm happy now. No way.
I saw you were getting mad, but I still didn't want to
I
help.
wasn't getting very mad, just a little bit mad. Right.
We're not allowed to swear on YouTube anymore, remember? We get
Well,
told
you'll have
off.
to blurt all that out. Let me just get the lure pack out, because I'm pretty sure that's been down there for some time.
Is it Lurpak or is it...
Lure pack.
So at least we know that went in this country, because you'd get shot for having that in Russia. Ah, so there's another drive. So the drive for the compressor, look, it comes off there.
This looks like that pipe there is the slave pipe. That's how you bleed it. There's a bleeder there, look.
Ah.
Was that? No, that's a greaser. I think.
What, to grease the main
Grease the main
shaft?
bearing on the throw out.
Well, I imagine it'd be central greasing on this. If it's good enough to have central air, I'd have thought.
Proper leather made out of proper Russian cows with 5 legs.
Some quality batteries.
Look at the angle of that UJ.
I was just looking at that. It drives the
It's
compressor.
looking really clever, isn't it? There's a lot of engine oil.
There's a lot of just oil.
Yeah.
Do you think they were smuggling it out in there, or does that come out of the
I would
engine?
say the engine's being a bit sick. So we might have to check the oils and just see where she's...
I'm not looking forward to if we have to take that engine out. That does not look like an easy engine to get out.
I reckon
Out the top.
run round the top with the hot spanner,
And weld it back up
gas
after.
the roof off. lift
Surely
it
you'll have
out.
an access panel in the roof
No.
to take it out.
Just blow the vehicle up and get another one.
But yeah, if this has to come out, it's looking like a big job.
I reckon Land Rover 200 TDI engine and LT77 gearbox will be fine.
You're forgetting, we've got a spare V12.
Those drums, those shoes don't even nearly fit round. That one's on. Did you put the handbrake on?
No, I think it's off.
Wow, that really is. It's either been assembled badly or it's completely the wrong shoe.
Well, either's possible when it's
Well, this one you can get your finger down the back of. This one is sticking out.
Unless it's twisted as we've pushed it off. If it's like half engaging in drive.
That is some of the worst engineering I've ever seen.
We can soon take that. That doesn't look hard to get that prop off. Oh, it doesn't look easy, but it doesn't look hard. It's... I presume they're all brake lines. There's a lot of them.
I would presume anything. I think it's air brakes.
So what are all they for then? They're copper lines. Unless that's grease.
Well, it could still be air, couldn't they?
I suppose there would be. Yeah, they wouldn't have nylon piping back then, would they?
Russia wouldn't have gone and got some nylon pipe, would they?
So right, we're going to go have a McDonald's and have a brainstorm, and then we'll give you a tour of the.
Plain fart, more like.
Yeah, we'll give you a tour of the front of this new disaster, because my good feeling about this has started to turn.
It's a big turret, though, isn't it?
That's what she said. But yeah,
Right. How hard can it be?
I do like this though.
One step because it's broken.
Right, so latest thing we've found out is the gear system will not work unless this thing is fully charged up with air. Now, it's not building air for some reason, but we still don't want to run the engine too much because it sounds a bit iffy at the minute. We haven't had time to investigate, so we've come with a cunning plan. I'm going to take that fitting out there. I'm going to try and get an adapter made up so that we can plumb it into the workshop airline, which will then allow us to charge this up, start it up quickly, see if it'll engage gear, blow the tyres up, and hopefully make a bit of progress. So I'm going to get this out, and then we can charge the system, and we can see if we've got any leaks, which is the other big thing. But getting the tyres up would be a great help, so we can shunt it around the yard a bit easier. So I'll get this out, and I'll go and see what I can cobble together.
These snap-on drill bits.
The snap-on drill bits that are fucking wank.
Absolutely garbage. I wouldn't give them to my worst enemy.
But what we're doing now is we couldn't find any fittings that match this Russian threaded.
That drill bit's pretty good.
Yeah, maybe not.
Right,
At least it matches the...
with a useless snap-on product.
I haven't got any drill bits in my van at the minute.
Don't worry, we've not got many less to choose from because they're all about fuck.
But yes, we're drilling that out, and then,
We're still going to put this on hammer.
because I don't know, we will be welding that on, putting that on, that bit on, just because we had a very poor selection of fittings. Then that should allow us to charge up the air tanks on the... So Joe is currently welding this up, doing a lovely job.
I'm tapping and threading this.
Teddy's in the background. But yeah, not butchering this at all. Proper job. Ted approved.
Genuine Russian fitting we're making it.
Let's hope he's welding it the right way around. That's hot, that. You've set it on fire. Don't blow holes in it though, because then we've got more air leaks.
Ah, my hair.
Why do you keep setting it on fire?
I wonder if I've got any hair. That is probably the most gorgeous welding. That's pipeline welding. I've got 200 years experience on a pipeline.
The brilliant...
I tell you what, your iPhone autofocus there is...
Which in this new cinematic mode, which I'm trying, which when it works looks really good, but it just focuses on whatever the fuck...
Let's see the weld, it's fucking shocking weld.
So this is the amazing bodge codgery going in, which should let us pressurise the system. Look at that, we made that so that it just dodges that airline. Definitely isn't pure blind luck. Want to show them around the rest of the luxurious interior?
You mean the engine and the gearbox? That looks like the right spanner for this job. It's nice and big.
It's my special Russian, not Halford's Advanced. Yeah, I'm not having to flip it over and do one flat at a time.
We should come back to this.
Where's it gone?
You sat on it.
No, I'm not. That's some fuel line that came with it.
No. Can we get it on?
Can we get it on or can we get it up? Is this airline on?
Yeah, it is on. Don't plug it in there. Let me get. Okay, we're in. We're in. Ooh. Working!
That sounds spicy. That doesn't sound leaky.
Not yet, anyway.
That sounds like spicy. Are you moving away from the pressure vessel?
Well, I was just a bit worried that it could go bang in my face, so.
It's a bit rusty.
I'm going to mind.
Can
Around
we leave it
here.
at that?
No, I'll go and check the gauges, see what they're building up to.
Yeah, we could do with knowing that before it explodes in his face.
Well, hold this phone then, and I shall go and check the gauge.
I'm a bit worried now because I'm near that and it still sounds pressurisy.
Be fine. Be fine.
Maybe we should move outside the tin can of death.
No, we'll be fine. They call these a coffin apparently because when they sink, the men can't actually get out the back doors fast enough because they're that heavy when they sink.
Fucking mint. I'm thinking I might disconnect that up there because I reckon we've got enough air in there.
No, leave it for now.
We'll see what it's done on
We'll
the
just
gauge.
kink the pipe if we need to.
We should have put a stop tap in this.
Well, I did say about a tap, didn't I?
Yeah, but
Did I
that place charged us £4 for a fucking little shitty connector.
We're gonna,
45 quid on
We're going to have to
fucking
blurt that.
No, because I'm upset about it.
No.
They cost 50 pence.
I'm cutting this video off.
So we're going to attempt to start it and see if that'll let us fill any more air up. Inflated, getting a lot of carbon monoxide poisoning, but we're now inflating this side. We'll do this and then we're going to attempt to drive it. Now we've got air to the clutch, we've got the clutch working, we'll see what we can do. We're just choosing which lever, see if we can get movement.
Check the safety on the box because it might be out of cog. I think that's the transfer box.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure I'm in a gear there because it felt like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, felt solid.
But I just think the air pre-selected probably isn't quite
Engaging.
Let's have a look.
We'll go have a play with that and then we'll come back to these lovely people and see if we can show them a moving amphibian.
What a nice thing to be.
Oh, it's so ergonomically designed, isn't it?
So much better than the wheels blown up.
It looks amazing now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does look... Oh shit, after I trip over my gun. It does look a proper thing now. It does look 10 times better. Just being sat on its rubber. Be interesting to see if it's still up tomorrow as well.
Well, we've turned all the valves off.
Yeah, so it'll let us know if there's any tyre problems. But yeah, we'll be back to you in a second when we've just checked the gearbox. So for tonight, I think we're calling it. We've got a sneaky suspicion that the clutch has burnt out, which is a shame, but we can deal with the clutch.
Stupid question. Will you just go up to the clutch and just smell it? Because obviously I've got no sense of smell. You might smell it and it not be burnt.
I will go and smell it.
Because the clutch has a distinctive smell.
Yeah, we will try that in a sec. But we're not disappointed if the clutch is gone, because we can do a clutch. It is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. So I'm going to go sniff the disc. But for now, we'll call this a night. But I think we've had a win, haven't we? We've worked out what most of the controls do.
Wheels float. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we've got the central inflation system working. Everything.
Thanks to Tom Crawford for all the information.
Yeah, big shout out to that man. I forgot his name already.
Tom Crawford.
Tom Crawford. Big thanks. But we're not worried because every lever we've touched in this has been free.
And all the lights seem to work.
All the lights seem to work. It's obviously been looked after. It's not been left to go decrepit. Like the turret's free, it all moves. Everything seems looked after. Everything underneath seems looked after in good order. So the suspicion we've got is the chap who owned this unfortunately passed away. He used to road this everywhere, drive it, use it for shows. The suspicion we have is that someone has got in it after him, after he's passed, to move it and burnt the clutch out of it. So we're going to try and sort it, but yeah, there'll be a few more episodes on this thing by the looks of it, of us fettling the gearbox. So for now, I'll see thee.